Uh, I'm I said a normal black guy. I'm originally from Detroit, Michigan. I moved there when I was 16. Um, Towards the end of my sophomore year, to move to Oklahoma, to Tulsa. Um, I was never really into music. Well, I was into music. You know, what I'm saying my pops. You know, what I'm saying he rapped. He had a, you know, what I'm saying a rap group. My sister's really good at singing. My youngest brother is a engineer, a singer, but I was the basketball player of the family. You know, I was playing basketball my entire life, and I thought that was what I was going to do for my life. And I think I graduated high school from Union High School in Tulsa, and I went to Rainbow Bible College, 2010, 2011. And a friend on the basketball team, he let me record a song because he had studio equipment. And you know what I'm saying? I remember the verse like it was yesterday. It was to J. Cole's Lights Please. When I did the verse and he like mixed it and sent it to me, from that day forward, I was like, man, I kind of want to do music. You know what I'm saying? That's where I picked it up as far as just rapping as a hobby. And then 2015, I was kind of going through some stuff in college. I was attending Southwestern Christian University in Oklahoma City. And I just decided to take it, you know what I'm saying, a lot more serious in 2015. Me and my brother recorded my first full project together. And I just decided to take it more serious there in 2015. So, I mean, it's just been you know what I'm saying, a tough road trying to figure out what, you know what I'm saying, what I'm supposed to do, my purpose. But, you know what I'm saying, now that I found it, you know what I'm saying, it's just, you know what I'm saying, smooth sailing from here.
You mentioned that you weren't into making music until you were 15, but growing up, what was sort of the music that you listened to? Do you think kind of impacted the music that you now make? Who influenced you? What bands or rappers, whoever it may be, who kind of do you see a little bit in your own music?
At that time, I had quite a few. It was probably definitely Wale at that time. He was a really big influence. He was such a big influence on me at that time when I first started rapping in 2011 that I kind of sounded like him. Like I could show you a song and it's like, yeah, you kind of really sound just like Wale, like the tone of my voice and everything. But you know what I'm saying? It was just a hobby. But here now, I would say Kanye West. Um, I like Rihanna a lot. Like Rihanna, she's like I don't know. That's like my girlfriend would probably kill me, but that's my woman. That's my woman crush Wednesday. Like you know what I'm saying. So Rihanna, Travis, Kanye West, definitely Kendrick Lamar and J Cole. Just from a connection standpoint, you know what I'm saying. They connect with their artists emotionally, logic. You know what I'm saying the same way. I mean, I could like the list goes on as far as influences, just because I love you know what I'm saying hip hop. So.
And to kind of get more into your faith now, how did you grow up in the church? Did you get a relationship with Jesus kind of later on? What was that journey like for you?
I mean, as you know, what I'm saying usual. You know, what I'm saying coming from where I'm from. You know, what I'm saying my grandmother always tried to get me to go to church. My mother never forced it on me. She let me make my own decision as far as what I wanted to do as far as religion. But I always had a sense of I knew who Jesus and God was. You know, what I'm saying I was never ignorant to you know, what I'm saying Christianity. Um, I didn't really get saved. I didn't get saved until I was actually already enrolled into Bible school because I wasn't supposed to go to the Bible school. I was supposed to go to Division II school for basketball, but I ended up dislocating my hip. And my uncle, he offered that, you know what I'm saying, he knew the coach at Rhema, and he just decided you know what I'm saying, we decided together that I would go there. It was mainly for basketball, you know what I'm saying. I ended up actually picking up music, but there is where you know what I'm saying, I actually got saved. I was trying to, it was tough, you know what I'm saying, coming from, you know what I'm saying, 18, 19 years of just doing whatever you want to do, you know what I'm saying, spiritually, emotionally, physically, you know what I'm saying, what everything that entails. But I mean, it was just kind of like my coach, my teammates kind of just, you know what I'm saying, rooting me on to take that step of faith and, you know what I'm saying, actually believe and try to live it out because I don't know. Like I was always like I knew the first like 6 months I was at the, you know what I'm saying, school, I was kind of still doing my own thing, like at a Bible school, you know what I'm saying? So it was tough. So, but you know what I'm saying, I took those steps.
You said so. Obviously, basketball has had a big part in your life throughout it. NBA playoffs are going on right now.
Yeah.
Who are you rooting for? Who's your team?
I got an East and West team. Like my West team was Oklahoma City. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't like the Detroit Pistons for some reason, even though I'm from. My West team was Oklahoma City, but now I'm kind of just going for Toronto. Like I really like Toronto. They're probably not gonna beat Cleveland, but you know what I'm saying. I really like DeMar DeRozan and Kyle Lowry. So
All right, fair enough. And now to get into your new album, Polaroid. It came out April 19th, correct?
yes, sir.
Could one thing I noticed about it right away? It was a pretty interesting cover. Could you kind of go into the design of that and how you kind of what you're going for, I guess, with that cover?
Initially, I'm not sure. Did you see the back cover?
I have
The
not.
the track list. Okay, the track list. I have three Polaroid actual Polaroid pictures, and we're actually going to use that for the cover because it displays. Because what I wanted to talk about through the album was, you know, what I'm saying, was the my personal struggles throughout life in the past 2 years or whatever. So that was the course or the synopsis of the album was me and dealing with women basically. But when we actually got down and stripped the album down, and you know what I'm saying, it kind of veered away from being about me and women. You know what I'm saying, it was just kind of like a total piece of artwork. We just wanted to go with just me, and you know what I'm saying, we actually did the whole cover in my living room. We kind of just staged up like white walls and just used real Polaroid covers, and you know what I'm saying, set the Polaroids on our kitchen table and took a picture with my phone, and then he edited them. So they actually came out a lot doper than, you know what I'm saying, the process we took. But you know what I'm saying, it was very raw, definitely really raw, definitely really in house. Everything was in house, literally. So yeah.
And so, as you moved away from the album being about women, you and previous women in your life, what do you think when you look at it now? What's kind of the message or the theme that you have with this overall set of music?
Overcoming all obstacles. My personal obstacle was women, sexual immorality, things of that nature. But for somebody else, you know what I'm saying, it could be, you know what I'm saying, depression, or you know what I'm saying, whatever, you know what I'm saying, their personal situation is. I think it's just overcoming whatever. Um, just bringing a new light to whatever your situation, and a fresh perspective is basically what it is. Um, I try to take a fresh perspective on, um, from the women aspect, to not going back to uh, songs like "Over My Exes," not going back to an ex or a previous, um, anything, pride, uh, lust, self righteousness. You know what I'm saying, anything that was the total thing. Like I'm over all of those things, and I'm, you know what I'm saying, not going back to those things. So.
And then how do you feel? You know, you haven't been rapping, you know, seriously, like you said, it was a hobby for most of it. How do you, when you look back at the music you've made, what's the growth that you see in yourself from when you started kind of getting serious with it and now with this final product of an album?
I wouldn't necessarily say girl, but I would just say I have more of a burden. Um, I would, I don't think, obviously you always grow no matter, you know what I'm saying, practice makes perfect. But as far as me personally, internally, I just grew more of a burden. Like if I was going to do music, if I was going to take that step and try to do music, you know what I'm saying, full time for my life, you know what I'm saying, why not do it with a purpose? I would say my mindset would probably be the main thing that's changed as far as the music that I made back then and now. Like I try to go about songs with a different mindset. Because back then I was just, you know what I'm saying, I was just rapping because it was all about basketball. So whenever I did, you know what I'm saying, pick up a pen and record or whatever, um, it was kind of just to have fun or just to get something off my chest. But now it's to, I think more about other people than usually, and what other people could gain out of it than just me.
When you're in the studio and you're making these songs, what's kind of like the ideal process for you to kind of get in the mood to write music, record and make a song? Like what's that process like for you?
I don't just I just like them, really. I like it dark. I don't know why. I do like it dark, and I just like it to be me and whoever I feel, whatever song I'm working on, me and whoever fits that song that I feel to just vibe. You know what I'm saying? Just aside from the engineer, you know what I'm saying? He always has to be there. But if it's just me, you know what I'm saying? I just kind of like to, me and the engineer to just gain an understanding of what I'm trying to go for, so he can know what to give me. It's not really, I try not to, I don't like to go too deep and try to be all like spiritual about the whole situation. You know what I'm saying? I just want to get in, you know what I'm saying? And just be focused, basically. So,
One thing we've seen in your album a lot is wave. There's your song. Two of them have wave in the title. You'll say it throughout your lyrics. To the listener, could you kind of explain what you mean when you say you're on a wave or you're waving? Just kind of what that means to you in your own words.
it's mainly about bringing, you know what I'm saying, new life or a renewance. You know what I'm saying? It's Ezekiel 47:9, and it says, "Fish will abound in the sea. Wherever this water flows, there will be life, and life taken from it." So, just bringing, you know what I'm saying, fresh water. Just you know what water is in Christianity. You know what I'm saying? It brings life, it renews. So,
You had Jerry Mana on this project. You were able to get Mana on the track. We've had No Big Deal on the show before, so we're fans of the Indie Tribe. What was it like working together with him and getting him on your album?
I met Jerry a year ago through a mutual friend, and now Jerry lives around the corner from me. So I kind of see him like every day. If I'm not gone from for work, I see him like every day. So it's kind of like easy to connect and work with him. That song, the song that he's on in the album, is actually totally different from when we actually started the song. It's actually a full song, not an interlude. We stripped it down because I love this part so much. I wanted it to be its own thing. I feel like the part that I had in the song like took away from his. The music was different and everything. We just kind of took his vocals off the beat that I had, and when I'm saying I had somebody come in and just make a whole new track around it. He he loved it. I didn't let him hear it until afterwards because I didn't know how he was gonna feel about it because Jared is such a weird person. Um, but he loved it, and you know what I'm saying, we just ran with it. My name is Parris Chariz. You can get my album Polaroid on iTunes, Spotify, Google Play, Amazon, and any other streaming site. Um, I'm here live on WOG.fm, and we're out.